evening and welcome to another Channel 8 sports presentation. Tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, we think we have a good one for you. Tonight it's East Brunswick's girls basketball team hosting Immaculata of Somerville. Hi, I'm Jimmy Allinder, and I'm being joined by Phil Hill. And Phil, we have a game here tonight that is arguably for the bragging rights of Middlesex and Somerset counties.
It's just, that's all it's for then too, is the bragging rights. Actually, Jim, this game doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect conference championships. East Brunswick has clinched the red division. Immaculata will win their division tomorrow night when they play. It doesn't affect the county playoffs. It doesn't affect the state playoffs. What it is a good prep to the counties and states.
Okay. What about the psyche of East Brunswick? They, on numerous occasions that we have seen this team play, have not played up to their capabilities. Now, can they afford that against a team like Immaculata?
I think they haven't played up their capabilities when they've played a lot weaker teams. It's hard to stay in the game. I think when they played the very good teams, they have played very well. Talk to Reggie Carney. They lost to South Hunterdon in overtime at a buzzer beater, and he felt pretty good about the team. Didn't complain the fact that South Hunterdon went to the foul line 25 times as opposed to the Bears going to the foul line only 2. He said ride home, the kids didn't feel badly about the game and whatnot. Went down to Ewing and virtually destroyed Ewing 67-23 or something like that. So mentally, they're sharp. Mentally, they're ready.
Okay, what about this Immaculata team? What do they present as a problem for East Brunswick?
Tenacity. They're just a tough team. They're not, you're going to see, not very tall. I think the tallest player may be 5'8" or 5'9", but they play tough defense. They'll press you all over the court. And they know basketball. We just looked at the JV team and the way they talk on the court and communicate with each other. This is a team that last year had a record of, I think, 24-2. They lost in the semifinals of the North Parochial A to Paramus Catholic. The year before that, they were something like 25-2, losing to St. John Vianney's in the finals. So they know how to play basketball. They're going to press all over the court. I think it may come down to foul shooting, which may be the difference. East Brunswick will be pressing as well and putting their regular pressure on. So the team that goes to the foul line and the team that's able to make the foul shots, that may be the difference in this game.
Okay, good. We're looking forward to a great game tonight. It's going to be East Brunswick with a 17-2 record versus Immaculata of Somerville with an 18-1 record. And we'll be back with the action in just a moment. Okay, we are back at a rapidly filling East Brunswick High School Gymnasium here for this game between the East Brunswick girls versus the Immaculata of Somerville girls. And Phil, the thing I noticed about Immaculata coming out is, as you mentioned, they are decidedly smaller than East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, the Bears have a distinct height advantage, and Ron Drake talked about the fact in order to take this game, they're going to have to hit the boards hard.
Okay, we are underway here. We're trying to pick up the names as we move along here. East Brunswick, a lot of you are familiar with some of the players on this team. Katie Whalen, number 14. There's Mataseski, Kara, Colleen King. East Brunswick moving it around.
And Immaculata comes out surprisingly in his zone.
Almost stolen, and a bounce pass goes awry.
And that's part of the Spartans' game plan. They put pressure on you all over the court. As you can see, the Bears now are putting on full court pressure themselves.
All right, this is Julie Cicerone, number 10. They get it up well. Heather Lee, number 25. It's Cicerone again. Number 20, Jen Collins holding the ball.
The Bears starting out in man-to-man.
It's pass inside, goes off. Number 21, Chris Torlish. So it's a turnover. And they look like they might want to try to backdoor once in a while.
Okay, the pressure by the Spartans. Full court pressure here.
King, gotta watch it, and they get it across. That's Courtney Bloor. Chrism.
And they called Chrism for the travel there, shuffled her feet before she moved. And again, like in most big games, both teams appear to be a little bit tight here. But you can expect them to loosen up as soon as that first basket is hit, Jim.
And as Immaculata came out with, East Brunswick in a press situation also.
And once again, the Bears with full court pressure here.
Collins gives to Cicerone.
And I'll tell you, look at the Spartans. It's just very deliberate, Jim. Nothing fancy, deliberate passes.
Ball again goes off Julie Cicerone's hand, and here comes East Brunswick. Outlet pass to Katie Whalen. Bloor to King, cross-court pass. And this is Mataseski. She drives the middle and puts it up.
And there she goes. And Ron Drake talked about stopping Kara Mataseski.
First 2 points of the game, and they're going to get Bloor on a foul. We got to watch that, the foul situation. Bloor with her first.
And I mentioned Ron Drake said we want to stop Kara Mataseski. If that holds true, if they do that, then some of the other players are going to have to step up for the Bears, clearly.
Okay, 2-0 East Brunswick. Another steal by Mataseski. She's going to have to come up big also. Good bounce pass to Katie Whalen. In, 2 points. And something we haven't seen too often.
Well, Katie Whalen, I think Katie Whalen has made up her mind she's going to shoot more. We've talked about the last few games, and she's picking up.
4-0 Lady Bears. 6:16 left in the first period. Long shot, and it hits. Three-pointer, that is in by Jen Collins. And it's 4-3 East Brunswick. Long pass. And that one goes out of bounds.
And I'll tell you, both teams putting pressure on each other, Jim. And again, both teams have adequate benches. Okay. And so, again, it may come down to foul shooting because you're going to pick up a lot of fouls.
All right, Maureen Varela enters the game for Jan Prissip. Well, the adrenaline is flowing in Jan tonight. I think Reggie just took her out for a moment. Pass went off.
And I tell you, good effort by Kara Mataseski. Great defense. Pass going off the Spartans' hands.
All right, that went off Cicerone's hands, so East Brunswick gets possession. Long down court pass, try to break the press. King goes up with it. Won't go, but Bloor has the rebound.
Okay.
Quick whistle.
I thought so too, but Courtney Bloor been playing tough lately, comes up with a big rebound. They call jump ball, however.
Again, more pressure by the Bears. Cicerone up to Marianne Banco. Heather Lee with it, bounce pass, broken nicely, in and out on the shot, and East Brunswick comes down with it, and here they're gonna run. Mataseski, she pulls up. Whalen, this is Maureen Varela, won't go. And the ball goes off the top of the backboard, so Immaculata will take over.
And what you're seeing is in-your-face type defense from both teams.
I thought, Phil, that East Brunswick with the height advantage would try to work it down as low and go with that shot with Courtney Bloor or Prissip being out of the game now.
Well, with the pressure, they really haven't been able to get in a half-court game there, Jim. As I said, both teams have been guilty of turnovers, but as a result of pressure.
So it is still 4-3 East Brunswick with 5:12 left to go in the first period. Game between two highly ranked teams, East Brunswick and Immaculata. And again, the fans are still coming in. Cicerone. This is Collins going against Katie Whalen.
And great defense by Katie Whalen, knocking the ball loose.
Lee comes up with it. Cicerone, excuse me, this is Lee. Drives, nice shot, nice shot. And Immaculata takes its first lead, 5-4. Pressure again. Whalen has it. She drives inside. This is Kara Mataseski. Looks for Bloor inside.
Ooh. Uncharacteristic by Kara Mataseski, just throwing that ball away.
Well, Courtney had her hands up, but decided not to take the pass. Cicerone. Banco.
They're still in man-to-man. And I tell you, with the type of pressure each team is putting on, you're going to see a lot of substituting, Jim, tonight.
All righty. We have a tie-up here. Mataseski put the hand in there and caused the turnover.
And Colleen King came up with the ball. Colleen King leading this team coming into this game with 75 steals. And adding another one right there.
So Prissip returns, gets a brief rest and to get a perspective of what's going on. And you got a 2-on-1 situation here. Kara pulls up. And the ball goes off the boards. Stolen. East Brunswick can't find the handle on some of these passes.
Thought Kara should have drove through the defensive player to her, then she would have the option of passing off to Jan.
Free lane up there, but won't go.
And Courtney Bloor with a big rebound. And these players are dogging each other.
Yes, they are. This is King to Whalen. Mataseski, they collapse on her. Nice inside pass to Courtney Bloor. Won't go, though.
Prizzup with the big rebound.
She needs to do that. Katie Whalen again. In and out. Nice rebound.
And Bloor coming up with a soft hook shot to the basket there.
And East Brunswick takes the lead, 6-5.
The Bears are getting second and third shots at the offensive boards.
Banco, free lane.
A good block by Bloor.
And the Bears want to run again. King with it. And they pull up. They set up the half court. Whalen to King.
King with 3.
Won't go, but there's Prizzup again with the rebound.
And Jan Prizzup, we talked about Jan Prizzup stepping up big, and she has. Against South Hunterdon, she had 16. Against Ewing, she had 25 points.
Another steal, almost. Bears taking chances on that pressure
They're taking
defense.
their gambling and whatnot, but they're also covering for each other as well, Jim. Just great defense all over the court.
So it is 8-5 East Brunswick. Under 3 minutes to go in the first period against Immaculata of Somerville. Turnover?
Okay.
No. Close off East Brunswick. So you have Immaculata with possession. Banco will inbounds for the Spartans. Again, their only loss has been to Newark Central this year.
Newark Central 48-41. Ron Drake said they got in foul trouble early on, and that cost them down the stretch. They hope not to do that tonight.
Okay, making her first appearance is Tamika Perez for the Bears. Resting is Mataseski. Drive inside by Banco. Won't go, off the board. And Whalen has it. Bloor's out front, but there's the pass to Prizzup. Rebound by Courtney Bloor, off the rim. Very aggressive. Banco has it down deep. And it goes in. Marianne Banco is not afraid to go to the basket.
And you're looking at the 5'7" senior forward. Marianne Banco has been playing on the varsity level for 3 years now, and been a fine contributor to the Spartan program.
Lots of substitution by Reggie Carney. We haven't had a timeout yet. And now Mataseski returns, and Katie Whalen will take a rest. Banco try to complete the three-point play, and she does. And we have a tie game, 8-8. 2:14, first period. Mataseski, they try to trap her. Pass inside the Bloor.
And they are trying to get it down to the bigger bodies.
Whoa.
Bloor with the hook shot, following up.
Courtney.
Oh, no foul.
They didn't call it. A lot of action here. All right, we have number 44 in the game. This is Eileen Foley.
And Prizzup's called for the foul.
And they like to work it inside.
Jan Prizzup on her first foul.
No, I think they're going to call Perez on that.
Is that Perez? Okay.
Yes. So with 1:46 left to go, the game tied at 8.
And Chris Torlish, a 5'9" senior, will go to the line to shoot 2. And she is the leading scorer for this Spartan team.
And she's also the tallest player for them at 5'9".
She's averaging just a shade under 11 points per game.
And she sinks 1 of 2 to give Immaculata a 9-8 lead with 1:46 left in the first period. Pressure again by the Spartans, but East Brunswick gets it across. King pulls up. Perez thought she took a step. There's Bloor underneath, and she puts it in.
And that is the big part of the Bears' game plan, to take advantage of their height, get the ball down low, and that's what they've been trying to do. And Bloor comes up successful there.
10-9 East Brunswick. 1:20, pass inside, but it's taken away. Pushed up forward. And stolen by Immaculata. They come back. Torlish won't go, but she gets her own rebound and puts it in. So we go back and forth here. Immaculata now on top, 11-10. Just 1 minute to go in the first period. Trap set up, but it doesn't work. Mataseski, again, looking for Courtney Bloor. A lot of cross-court passing. Prizzup Good inside look.
Okay, and once again, the Bears getting the ball down low to the bigger bodies. Jan Prissop going up and drawing the foul. And as you take a good look at Jan, we talked about the fact against Ewan she had 25 points and 15 rebounds. Against South Hunterdon, she came up with 16 points. We talked about that Jan's going to pick up her game come playoff times, and I think she's starting to do it already, Jim.
Prissop going to the line to try to get East Brunswick to lead again. And she sinks a rather unorthodox foul shot. Not quite sure that's the way she normally shoots foul shots.
She puts them up there. She puts them up there rather high and lets them sort of drop off like it's dropping off the table.
Nonetheless, she ties the game and doesn't go. So we have an 11-11 tie with 45 seconds. Steal, King, a little too hard off the board. This is Prissop. Won't go again. And East Brunswick.
Oh, it got the break. I thought it went off Katie Whalen.
We thought so too.
She kept it alive, but apparently not.
But East Brunswick is definitely getting second chance opportunities. 36 seconds left. King bounce passes it to Whalen. Varela back in the game. This is Mataseski. She's going to take it. Won't go. Prissop falls in her hands, and she's fouled.
And I'll tell you, Prissop just muscling her way through.
So this game has been nip and tuck all the way in this first period. 27 seconds remaining. 11-11 is the score. This is East Brunswick. Colleen King inbounding. Mataseski with it. King, excuse me. This is Whalen. Varela, bounce pass to King. They're looking. 13 seconds. Mataseski, she's going to drive inside now. And beautiful play.
I'll tell you, good strong move by Kara Mataseski.
She puts East Brunswick up 13-11, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're not going to get it off. Okay, and East Brunswick with that last layup by Mataseski takes a 13-11 lead. And we get our first break here after the first period as we listen to East Brunswick coach Reggie Carney.
All right, listen up. Don't be so quick to take a shot with a hand in your face. If you have a little more patience, you can fake a shot and drive by them. You see you're having success there, all right? Even though they're in a zone, when you're faking, you're breaking down the first girl and going by her, okay? All right? What?
Wilson. It sucks. The ball sucks.
Okay, all right. Say something to the referee about the ball that it ain't bouncing. All right, now. All right, relax. All right. Defensively, keep the pressure on.
Yes.
We have it where we want it, okay? Come on, let's go. All right, Maureen, you're starting out in place of Katie, all right? All right, defense. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Okay, Jim, you heard rather animated huddle there.
Sure was. A lot of action in that huddle.
Reggie's saying basically keep the pressure on defensively, and offensively he wants to take them to take a better shots than they're taking.
And I think he also wants to exploit that that height advantage by not being afraid to put up the first shot.
Right. Ron Drake said earlier that he hoped to force East Brunswick into taking bad shots. That would counterbalance the rebounding differential.
Okay, Torla, she drives. She's hacked by Prissop.
That's a reach in there.
And I'm sure they're going to try to get Jan Prissop in trouble. And they're going to call this a shooting foul, I guess.
And that's Jan Prissop's second foul. And again, Chris Torlish, a rather active player. She will go up on. She will take it to the boards.
First shot missed by Chris. And the Immaculata senior sinks the second one, and it's 13-12 East Brunswick. Press by Immaculata. And King comfortably gets it across. Cross court to Mataseski. And she holds it up. This is Varela. Bloor.
3 seconds in the lane there. Okay, again, we don't see that called. We haven't seen that called too much this year simply because the Bears are such an active team. Nevertheless, called right there.
So Immaculata, Heather Lee, stolen.
Courtney Bloor got a hand on it.
I don't think Immaculata is quite used to the defensive pressure that they're seeing tonight. Courtney Bloor gets it
Oh, they're putting
stolen.
some pressure on themselves.
Absolutely. This is two defensive teams. 3-point attempt.
Ooh.
Swish. And that one goes in by Cicerone.
I'll tell you, Julie Cicerone with a 3-pointer.
And it's 15-13.
And another turnover there. And again, we talked about pressure, Jim. Again, both teams putting on tremendous pressure and turnovers. The Lady Spartans only allow about 30 points per game.
So they inbounds. Collins inside to Cicerone. She elects not to take it. Banco has it. Won't go. And we have Varela.
And
Pulls up. Mataseski. Boy, they are all over
they
her.
have two players on Mataseski
They
right
do.
now.
Varela's open, though. Won't go, but there's King. And Prissup's inside. There she goes.
A little short, and she follows it. Ooh!
That's what makes her a
I'll tell
special
you.
player. Follows up a missed
I'll
shot.
tell you, very tough.
And we are tied once again. 15-15, 6:30, and that one goes out of bounds. A lot of turnovers, Phil, but it's all due to defense.
All due to defense. And as Reggie Carney catches that ball, he's got to feel pretty good about how his team is playing at this point.
Well, I think we can acknowledge that East Brunswick offensively is not getting its game together quite yet.
Well, when you consider that the Spartans only give up 30 points a game and the Bears have 15 thus far, they're ahead of the pace that the Spartans are used to.
It's a good point. And they will try again. Pass out to Whalen, who's going to shoot.
Okay, and I think she's got to take that shot, whether she's hitting it or not. And that's a travel, though.
And that was kind of called by the crowd, was it not?
The whole stands called it before the whistle blew.
So East Brunswick again, another turnover. And again, watch for Prissup and Bloor underneath. Whalen returns. I'm sorry, she's been in the game. They're going in and out so fast I can't even keep track. Mataseski left alone. Won't go, and Torlish comes down with it.
Good rebound, Torlish.
Collins. Both teams.
So fundamentally sound. That's the point, Jim. Both
Cicerone.
teams do a good job handling the ball, playing good defense.
Whalen. Fast action here. Look at the passing.
She's got to take that shot.
3 seconds again.
Courtney Bloor called for the second time in the lane.
And she questions the
And
call.
she felt she was straddling the lane, but the official right there.
So with this game tied 15-15, Immaculata and East Brunswick, 5:33 left to go. Once again, we have a pressure on the inbounds. Lee takes it. Torlish.
Just good ball movement.
Another errant pass. And that's what defense does to you. Mataseski again. Drives and puts it up.
Ooh.
And she's starting to play
I'll tell you, Kara
very
seems
well.
to be on her game.
Left alone is Banco. That's the defensive liability of pressure. And once again, we're tied at 17-17. 5 minutes left. 2-on-1 here if East Brunswick can pull
Good
it off.
pass. I'll tell you, Colleen
Beautiful
King
play.
with an excellent bounce pass to Courtney Bloor.
19-17. 4:50. Tip. Almost a steal. Eichhurst.
Okay. And Whalen coming up with a nice block from behind there.
Banco will take a rest. In comes Foley. Varela comes in for East Brunswick. Prissup takes a rest. In and out.
As I tell you, you're going to have bodies in and out just to sustain this pace.
Cicerone on the half court. She seems to be the one that takes the shot. Steal. That was a nice tip by Whalen. Katie drives it with the left hand. She's smacked.
Yeah, she's fouled.
Yeah, Phil, I agree with you. Katie Whalen is much more aggressive offensively tonight.
Well, I think she's just made up her mind that she's going to shoot. Reggie has told her she's got to shoot more, and she has that ability. We talked about the fact that next year it's going to be her and Colleen at the guards there, as they have been for the last 2 years, but they're going to have to be shooting guards as well.
This is Whalen. Off to the side of the rim on the first shot.
Okay, the 5'10" junior needs to make this one.
And she hits her second, and that is East Brunswick 20-17 now. 4:32 left.
Okay, no press by the Bears.
Steal again. It was Colleen King tipping it. Mataseski, she looks to set it up. Out to King. They roundhouse it. Varela inside to Courtney Bloor.
Good fake.
This is Mataseski, open shot.
And there she goes.
She doesn't miss usually from there. And now East Brunswick 22-17.
Kara Mataseski with 8 points.
Flimsy, number 11, steal. Mataseski by herself. Switches to the left hand. When you're left alone.
Unusual, unusual.
And a ball bounced out of bounds, and East Brunswick catches a break there.
And Kara Mataseski not happy with herself. I think she was so wide open, thinking about going up with that left hand. She just went up a little bit strong.
And and that's the thing. She went with the left hand. All right, we have a timeout here.
And we'll see what Ron Drake has to say.
They're not better than us, okay? They're not better than us. What did I say? Patience and keep your composure. We're throwing the ball away. Threw the ball away twice without looking. All right? We got to look what we're doing. We got to keep our patience. We got to keep our composure. You understand? Now, you got to box out. You got to keep boxing out. You got to work underneath. Foley, you got to stay down there, man. That's your box. Don't say you know. Be there. All right, let's go. Come on.
Don't get lost on defense. We're turning our heads
Team.
too much. Stay in your area.
1, 2, 3, team.
All right.
Okay, you heard Drake, and he's talking about
boxing out down
boxing out underneath. Bloor and Prizup getting big rebounds. They got to stop that. He told them basically, keep your composure and let's play our game, which is the patience game. It's what's got us this far. Let's not lose our composure. Let's stay there.
Right.
He says they're not better than us.
Okay. Mataseski open for a couple of shots there. Stolen by Lee. That was a nice play, and beautiful pass. But it won't go. They're not making their shots down at this end. That's a problem, too. Long pass to Varela. They're going to call a travel, and I didn't see it.
And Reggie Carney didn't see it neither. He's saying no. What are you talking about?
So we have a 22-17 East Brunswick over Immaculata. 3:36 left in period 2. As Immaculata moves it up court. This is number 11, Jamie Climsey. Lee, who's been in there pretty much all the way. She's trapped.
And again, once again, the Bears are just doing a tremendous job on applying the pressure. It's another turnover. And that's been the big story of the game thus far.
All right, so Prizup returns. She already has 2 fouls on her. East Brunswick really not in foul trouble except for Jan. But got to watch that she doesn't pick up her third. Good long court pass. Bloor open again.
Ooh.
And she couldn't go up with it.
And a steal by Whalen.
This is just outstanding defense by East Brunswick. Mataseski, no, thought it went in.
Oh, I tell you, Courtney Bloor hit the ball. I thought it went off one of the Spartan players' hands as she hit it out of bounds. Officials didn't see it that way, and the Spartans will bring it down.
All righty, still 22-17. It's been that way for a couple minutes here. Collins. To Banco, who also takes steps.
Collins will take one giant step and get caught for it.
Quite frankly, I thought she walked at the beginning of that pivot. But here we go. So the action is slowed down a little bit here. It's 2:50 left in period number 2. East Brunswick still holding that 5-point margin. Now what do we have?
Oh, mercy.
Well, it really was a jump ball, was it not?
Well, it could have been called a number of things. Could have been a foul, could have been a tie-up. It was, however, called a walk.
All right, neither team doing much of anything in the last 2 minutes here. We see a lot of turnovers, again, mostly due to outstanding defense. Lee gets the pass, she drives, and puts it up.
I'll tell you, Lee showing great hands there.
She is a player.
Full-length court pass, she grabbed it with nothing but hands and put it up.
22-19, East Brunswick. Mataseski's gonna put it up. Way long. And it's a Lee with the rebound.
I'll tell you, Lee's being quite active.
Here comes Immaculata again. This is Banco. Loses the dribble.
She almost walked and then lost the ball.
And you wonder if a timeout wouldn't be in order for either team here, but King sets to shoot.
Yes.
And she puts it in. And it's 24-19, 2 minutes left.
Colleen King coming off a 13-point effort against Ewing and came up with a big basket there.
Lee sets the pivot in, Who are they going to call here? I think they're going to catch Katie Whalen on.
Katie Whalen is. Katie Whalen's first foul. And I'll tell you, as you look at Heather Lee, she's a 5'7" junior, and she's really played a tough physical game there, Jim. I'm very impressed with her hands. When I talk about developing hands, she has the type of hands there. Full length court pass, she grabbed it with nothing but hands, went up and put the basket up very nicely.
Doesn't go. Boy, every point's important tonight, even at the first half here. Lots of players coming in and out. And Lee misses both shots. Bloor comes down with the rebound, but they lose it. Collins off the board, and it's 24-21. East Brunswick by 3 points. Minute 30 left to go. Colleen King to Katie Whalen. She looks inside but doesn't find anybody. Brissup follows up once more. And again, with that second effort, East Brunswick up 26-21. Minute 14 left. Steal, yes, by East Brunswick. Well, that official says traveling. I thought Colleen got rid of the ball, but I guess not.
Well, Jim, I'm back after a coughing spell there.
I thought I was going to have to revive you there for a moment there, partner.
And the action's been fast and furious. And
during that sequence, Jan Prissa followed up on a missed shot. Second time she's done that. Banco looks but doesn't shoot. Steal. Oh, no. Collins gets it back, and this is Lee. A lot of hot and heavy underneath. Bloor takes it across. 45 seconds left. This is Perez. She's going to go with it. And she hits a three-pointer.
Tamika Perez.
And why not?
Probably the biggest basket of her career right there.
29-21. 30 seconds left to go in period 2. That was a great bucket. And that goes off of Immaculata's knee.
Oh,
no.
wow.
The official did not see it.
And it was overruled by this official. We'll go to the Bears. Oh, wow.
They're going to give it to East
They've got to give it to the Bears because that's the correct call.
I can't imagine why Ron Drake is upset. It did go off Immaculata. 29 seconds left to go. This is Whalen. Perez kicked. Stolen again. Whalen underneath. Boy, I tell you what. Turnover after turnover. And so with 17 seconds left to go. 29-21. East Brunswick on top. Pass underneath, but it's whacked away by Kaylee Whalen.
Once again gets her hand on it. And again, the name of this first half has been defense, quite frankly, Jim, for both teams.
But Phil, you mentioned that Immaculata averages 30 points against. East Brunswick has 29.
That's right.
Here we go. Cicerone. Lee, can she hold on to it? Yes. Shot won't go. And that ends a spirited first half of action between East Brunswick and Immaculata of Somerville. East Brunswick holding on to a 29-21 lead. Phil, you can ask for a more exciting half.
You couldn't ask for a more exciting half unless you're a Spartan fan. You could be ahead. But the name of the game has been defense. Great defense by both teams, both the Spartans and the Bears. The Bears have turned it up another notch. Reggie Carney talked about other players stepping up. Tamika Perez comes in with probably the biggest three-pointer of her career. Tremendous rebounding job done by Courtney Bloor and Jan Prisup. So the Bears are looking very solid.
They're looking very solid, and with an 8-point margin. Again, we should mention that Immaculata has lost just one game this year. They are the top team in Somerset County. Okay, so we are at halftime. East Brunswick 29, Immaculata 21. We're going to take a break here and be back with the second half action in just a moment. Alrighty, we are back after a halftime with East Brunswick leading Immaculata 29-21 in girls basketball here at East Brunswick Gymnasium. A reminder, the seedings for the GMC Greater Middlesex Conference Tournament have freshly arrived via the fax, courtesy of Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger. And we understand that East Brunswick is seeded #1, Phil.
The girls.
Yes, in girls basketball, and will meet Spotswood, seeded 16. This will be Saturday at Middlesex County College. And the boys got in.
Great.
We talked all about whether or
Great.
not they were qualified to get in. They got in. And they are 15th seed. That means they were in by more than one, and they're going to meet second seed at St. Peter's.
And I predict an upset there. I predict the Bears are going to beat St. Peter's. Here we go.
And we're in action here. We're going to try to get some points in at halftime, but the action has been so fast. Matuszewski starts things off, and they're going to call her on the foul at the follow-up. So Immaculata is going to try to climb back into this one. They are in the game. It's 29-21, but that 8-point lead is East Brunswick's biggest of the game.
Okay,
So,
the Bears start out with full court pressure here.
as they have pretty much the whole game. Half-court pass to Banco. She's going to drive it inside, looks for the bounce pass, but it's stolen.
Not a good beginning for the Spartans.
Whalen up court to Prissom. Matuszewski's going to launch it, and she hits three-pointer. And it's 32-21.
Kara Matuszewski, the all-time leading scorer for the East Brunswick High School.
And she's proven her worth tonight. Inside, that's Banco, who finds it. And it's 32-23. Bloor. Inside pass to Prissom. Won't go, but Courtney
Bloor
follows.
with a big rebound. Wow.
And that is significant
And
right there.
that's really been the big difference. They cannot match up with the Bears underneath the boards, and the Bears are taking advantage of it.
And boy, I'll tell you what, Courtney Bloor has been playing an aggressive game tonight also. Heather Lee won't go. That was the defensive pressure by Katie Whalen. Prissup's by herself. Will she take it inside? No. But Matuszewski is there. And East Brunswick is flowing nicely, and I think Immaculata might want to think about taking a timeout.
And Matuszewski with 13 points.
36-23, East Brunswick. Pressure. And it's
Another
stolen.
Still.
And Immaculata is having difficulty now.
Oh, and she's fouled. Colleen King gone up for the two, and she draws the foul as well.
And there's your timeout by Ronnie Drake. Boy, East Brunswick storming out here. And let's see, they are going to take a timeout. So, with 6:28 left in the third quarter, East Brunswick takes a timeout. Excuse me, Immaculata takes a timeout. And let's see, are we going to go to Ron Drake? Let's go to Ron Drake of Immaculata.
Don't throw it right away, okay? Don't throw it. All right? Let something come up. Come on. Let's go. Come on. If I lose you now. All right, let's go. Come on. Now we got to work extra hard now. All right? You got to box out, man. You got to push out. You're standing with them, but you're not pushing. You have to box out. Let's go. Box out. Team, 1, 2, 3, team.
Phil, the defensive pressure of East Brunswick has been something to behold here in the
Just
second.
relentless, just unbelievable. We knew they did it for one full half, and then they came out at the beginning of this half there and haven't stopped, and that's been the name of the game, defensive pressure. Immaculata probably hasn't seen anything like this. They've played some tough teams, but nobody has put the pressure on them like the Bears are putting the pressure on them right now, and it's resulting in turnovers, and the Bears are taking advantage of it. And take a good look at Colleen King. Colleen King comes into this game leading the team in assists and steals, and as I pointed out, had a big effort against Ewing with 13 points.
And look at that bounce. But it won't go. And Immaculata cuts a break there.
And once again, Lee with the strong hands.
Flimsy. No, but there's Torlish with the follow-up.
Okay, just a nice.
And it's 38-25. Prissom, she's going to go with it. East Brunswick not afraid to launch shots from outside now.
Once again, Lee with the rebound.
Boy, we've been calling her number all night. Chris Torlish drives inside. She's got the lane.
Ooh.
And that's Prissom again, and she picks up 3.
And Torlish with just another fine move. Just drove to the basket earlier to pick up 2, tried to pick up 2 there, and drew the foul.
So Maureen Varela will go in for Jan Prissom. Reggie Carney guarding against Prissom, picking up her 4th foul. And Chris Torlish will go to the line. And she hits. And it's 38-26.
And Torlish only averaging 10.6, but when you consider that they blow everybody away, she's out of the game many times by halftime.
And she strokes home too. And it comes to 38-27 East Brunswick. This is Whalen to Matuszewski. Inside look to Courtney Bloor. Turns around, she pushes it out to Whalen. Won't go, but there's East Brunswick with another rebound.
Colleen King.
Whalen to King, she'll go. Hits.
Oh, mercy.
And that's the passing game of East Brunswick when they're on, 40-27.
And the Bears about to blow it wide open.
Lee, bounce pass. Klimsey puts it up, off the board.
Nice bank shot, Jamie Klimsey.
40-29. Knocked away. This is Collins. Is she going to take it in?
Ooh. I'll tell you, a nice attempt by Katie Whalen, and that's what you want to do if you want to stop the attempt. Sort of slap down at it, hope that you get ball. She didn't that time, but a good effort.
Good foul to take. So we look at
Jen Collins goes to the line. Jen had 5 points the first half. Averages 10.7 points per game. And you can count on her in a crunch time.
off the rim. And East Brunswick, Katie Whalen, I'm sure, is happy about that one, because that was a short two-point layup that she has turned into a one-pointer.
Okay, Collins 6 the second one.
40-30, East Brunswick over Immaculata.
And the Spartans have taken off the full court pressure themselves. It's trying a little trapping defense.
And there's Lee is on Matuszewski.
And Lee got a piece of the ball.
But Bloor comes up with it.
And they call jump ball. And Bloor not terribly happy about it. Bloor thought she was fouled.
Immaculata possession arrow. So East Brunswick has to guard now. They had a 15-point lead that has been hacked away at. It's 40-30.
And that's the Spartans' game, patience. You keep hearing Ron Drake say patience, stay in your game.
Dorlish follows up, but it won't go this time. East Brunswick wants to push it up. Matuszewski to the center, bounce pass to Varela.
Pass.
And a nice shot by Maureen Varela to take that pass. And it's 42-30. Lee. She's trapped. This is Torlish. She's trapped also. Great defensive pressure by the Bears. It seems like every time there's
Once
two people
again, a steal,
on one.
Whalen. And she's fouled. And it's got to be frustrating for the Spartans. Seems like they must seem as if there's 10 players out there for the Bears, because they seem to be everywhere.
Everywhere you look, you see two players on an opponent. So East Brunswick with a seemingly comfortable 12-point lead, 42-30. 4 minutes left in the third period. Varela, she just shot one in before. She opens it up for Matuszewski. That won't go. And down comes Immaculata with the rebound. Bounce pass.
And Whalen with another steal.
Wasn't a good pass. Whalen to King. Katie.
Colleen with the three-pointer.
No, but look who gets the rebound. Look at this passing by East Brunswick. And there's the guard to prevent the fast break.
Not able to get it down.
Cicerone in the corner to Collins. Back to Cicerone. She's going to take it.
Varela hit the court hard.
Cicerone follows up. Won't go. And Whalen takes it.
I'll tell you, Katie playing an active game today.
It's hard to follow the action.
I'll tell you, just great defensive effort by both teams. And another steal by Whalen.
Gets around her opponent. Matuszewski, she's open. Bang!
Yes.
Two-pointer.
Three?
Barney.
I thought that was a three. They called it two?
Yes, they did. 44-30. East Brunswick back up to a 14-point lead.
And a tech on
Carney.
Carney thought it was the three. I thought it was the three. The official did not think it was the three, and as a result, it's a technical. And as we said, that technical will count as a team foul as well. And very rarely have we ever seen Reggie Carney show show any emotion, but he knows his team is working hard out there. He doesn't want the officials taking anything away from him. He'll probably cool off and probably wish he hadn't gotten on the official at this point, but it clearly looked like a three-pointer from here.
Well, quite frankly, with this lead, I think you should be happy with a with a two-pointer. I know every point is valuable, but and again, I'm not familiar with this official, and I don't think he's quite familiar with Reggie Carney.
He was overturned the call earlier, but you know, officials will make, you know, they make good calls, they make bad calls. He made a bad call. Reggie overreacted, and it cost him.
And this will be I believe, a two-shot technical.
Yes.
Plus, they have possession, so they'll get it back. Well, it won't go by Torlish. And I don't know if we haven't been keeping track of the foul shooting, but Immaculata has missed its share of foul shots.
Well, we said the difference could be at the foul line, who makes the foul shots, and you're right, they haven't been especially sharp. Oh, wow.
Both missed.
I'll tell you.
Opportunity loss for the Spartans.
It's been that type of night offensively for the Spartans. They're only down 14, however, and it's still the third quarter. Technical did not hurt Reggie.
But you'd have to agree they're going to have to minimize the turnovers now.
Varela just got off the court. They would have had 6 players on the court. They would have got another technical.
Okay, Spartans to Cicerone. Lee looks to be open inside, but Bloor covers up. There's a shot. Won't go in, though. Torlish follows up. Thought she was fouled. Now she is.
And it goes down. And they get Bloor on the foul there.
Courtney not happy with that call, apparently.
And that's Courtney's second foul. And Chris Torlish will go to the line. Chris has 8 points tonight. Excuse me. Chris has 10 points, and that's her 11th.
Okay, so she brings the Spartans back to an 11-point deficit. It is 44-33 with 2.5 minutes left to go. Okay, double dribble.
Collie just lost it, looking down court.
So just when you think East Brunswick's going to go away and high, Immaculata looks to be creeping back.
Immaculata's too good of a team, Jim. They're going to stay at you. They're not going to give up, and patience is their game, and they will chip away.
Cicerone to number 44, I believe that's Eileen Foley. Foley drives.
Just a good move by the young lady.
And she puts it home, and it's now 44-35. Immaculata not wanting to die on this court. Matuszewski won't go.
And here come the Spartans.
They may have a 2-on-1 here. Torlish.
Wow.
And I think we're going to have a timeout by East Brunswick.
You know we're going to have a timeout. And Reggie Carney calling for a timeout. Doesn't like what he's seeing. Spartans creeping back into this game here.
In quick fashion. Okay, let's listen in to Reggie Carney.
I'm not taking it out. Guys, everybody left. Stop yelling.
Shut up, all of you. You've given up 2 straight layups again. Same old nonsense. Offense gets crazy, miss a shot or two, don't get a rebound, then we don't know what we're doing down here. You're going soft again. All you got to do is play defense. All you got to do is get the ball and shoot a layup. You don't want to do that. You'd rather argue. Get your heads in the game, for God's sakes. Play defense. That's all you got to do. Now get after it down here.
Well, I don't have to interpret that. I mean, it's very clear. Reggie not happy. Defense is what brought him here. He's got a good point. They miss a few shots offensively, and they seem to let up a little bit defensively. They got to be consistent and whatnot. He's seen this happen. I talked to him earlier this week and talked to him today, as a matter of fact, in South Hunterdon. Crunch time, he wants them totally into the game.
Whalen. More pressure by Immaculata. Tipped almost, but East Brunswick maintains possession. There's Prissup. And she hits a big shot. They needed that one.
And that high arching shot, if a normal shot would have been blocked, but she was able to get it up over the defender's hands.
Immaculata seeks to come back. More pressure. Desperate shot. Who are they going to call here? I think they're going to
on
call
Prissip.
Prissip.
And Reggie's just looking at his favorite official right now, not saying too much, but I can tell you he's not happy with the game this young fellow is calling.
That at best was a no call. Both players were going after it. Prissip picks up her fourth, and she has to leave. That could have implications. Matuszewski's going to leave also. Foley won't go. Big block. And now they're going to call it on Cicerone.
And Colleen King getting a good piece of the ball there.
So we look at the scoreboard, we find it's 46-37 with a minute left in the third period. East Brunswick has 16 fouls, so the next one by them will be a one-on-one situation. Immaculata just 3. They can afford to give up more. 2 points would be very nice here for East Brunswick. They don't have Matuszewski or Prissip in the game.
And the Bears appear to be playing for one shot, I thought, but no.
Ball tapped away. Torlish looks for somebody. She finds Foley down below.
And
tapped away.
I'll tell you, Colleen King with just a super effort again.
And that's the defense that Kearney is looking for, Phil.
And
Trisha, get lower, Trisha!
Tapped away by Perez.
And I guess if you're a Spartan fan, you just got to shake your head, because once again, the Bears are just everywhere.
Cicerone looking to inbounds. She finds Foley. 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Foley finds a lane.
Great move by Foley.
But it won't go. Opportunity lost for the Spartans. East Brunswick pushing it up. Perez to King, calms things down. 15 seconds left third period.
Ooh, they got a break there.
Perez gets the pass off Immaculata player. She's trapped.
Jump ball.
And who gets it? East Brunswick possession arrow.
Okay, break for the Bears, 8 seconds.
You wonder if they don't put Matuszewski in. There she comes. I spoke too soon.
You did, and she'll take it out, but you can make sure it's going to come back to her. And
let's see if Immaculata adjusts. There's King.
And here she goes.
Gara. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and Reggie thought there was a foul there, no call.
Well, 46-37, so as it turns out, East Brunswick gains 1 point in that quarter. And let's see if Reggie Kearney, the East Brunswick coach, has calmed down a little bit, as we're going to listen on the huddle.
All right. Right now, you're overextending the weak side of the defense, so nobody's staying at home to rebound on the weak side. You're coming to the middle too far. You've got to stay back at the box outside, so again, the ball comes off to you. All right, so everybody's got to talk. Now, right? All right, Maureen, you're going to start out. Let's go out with blitz the first time and get a steal. Come on, let's go. Defense. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Defense is the theme there in that huddle.
Continuing extolling them to tell them to continue to box out. He wants them to come out with great defense. He called for the blitz, wants to create some turnovers right from the beginning to put that in the Spartans' head.
All right, Immaculata now needing points. Can't afford to lose too many opportunities down on this side of the court.
Well, they're only down 9 points, though, Jim.
Torlish. There's a shot. Won't go, but Immaculata gets a rebound. They haven't had too many of them.
Let's go, talk.
Pass underneath. And it goes off. I'm not sure who that is, number 12. Tori Grant, her first entrance into the game. And East Brunswick, a little bit more deliberate. Barella to Katie Whalen. Matuszewski looks to be open on the outside there.
And Reggie Kearney has not sat down this game. Ooh.
Blocked.
Katie Whalen going to the basket. And
that's a shooting foul.
Foul, she'll shoot 2.
You're right about that. I think Reggie knows.
He has not sat down.
Well, there's a big crowd here, and this is an important game, Phil. I know you said it means a little bit more than bragging rights, but don't think that this is not important. game for the Bears.
Well, clearly, as Katie sinks that one. Immaculata comes in #1 in the local newspaper poll. The Bears would like to unseat them there, and it would be a great confident builder going into the playoffs.
All right, Whalen sinks both. Second one bounces in, 48-37 East Brunswick. I should mention this is the a home-and-home series between these two teams. East Brunswick will pay a visit to Somerville next year, and on the turnover, excuse me, the tie-up, East Brunswick will.
And talking about that, Jim, I really like the fact that when Reggie had an opening, he went for the top for Immaculata. And you got to give Ron Drake some credit too, because as soon as he got the call, he said, sure, why not? And I talked to him about that. He simply said, hey, listen, playing someone the quality of East Brunswick can only help us heading for the state tournament and while we're in our county tournament. So he said it should be a lot of fun. Both guys are class individuals. They coach with each other during the Garden State games.
Okay.
And so they know each other.
Monaseski wades her way through. And they call it traveling, so the job is done by Immaculata.
And I'll tell you, Karen mouthing off to the official there, and not happy with his calls and whatnot. He lets it go.
Banco, Torlish. Immaculata's going to have to throw it up from the outside, I think. There's Banco with a shot. Off the rim. Who gets the rebound? But Chris Torlish. And she's hacked.
Katie Whalen. And clearly.
So Whalen picks up, what, number 3? 6:47. Fourth period. Torlish going to the line. Needless to say now, these are important foul shots. And it won't go for Chris. She's had her problems with the foul line tonight.
She has 13 points at this juncture, and
that one won't
stay
go.
there.
So she misses 2 technical foul shots, 2 foul shots from the line, and those are important points. So, Monaseski takes a bounce pass, opens it up for King, who drives right, and she's fouled. That's team foul number 5 for Immaculata.
And they're calling Banco on that foul, reaching in, and the Bears are in the Bears will be in the 1-and-1 on the next foul. No, I make
next 2
right,
fouls.
Next 2 fouls, right.
So the Bears will inbounds. Monaseski gets it. She's harassed. King has an open shot, and she hits again.
Okay.
Colleen has been playing an extremely tough game tonight.
Close to being a 3.
Drive inside.
Ooh.
And they call it a good shot.
Wow.
Well, East Brunswick did have a 50-37 lead. Now it's 50-39. And Immaculata, characteristic of a Ron Drake team,
and
not giving up.
Foul called on Maureen Varela.
Okay, they give Varela that.
And as I said, Torlish has 15 points and will be going to the line for her 16th.
This time she sinks it, and it's 50-40.
Just a 10-point lead.
Florida Varela, so they get it across. Laura finds Monaseski, won't take it. East Brunswick slightly more deliberate. A lot of pressure now by Immaculata. This is where East Brunswick's experience in ball handling comes into play.
King with a 3.
Oh,
mercy.
she hits it.
Colleen King.
And I'll tell you what, she's really come to the front here in the fourth quarter. Good play, 53-40. Some big plays and a steal by King over to Bloor. And what the heck, give it to Colleen.
There goes Whalen driving, and she draws the foul again.
Which is what you want in this situation. Colleen King coming together here with 2 big outside shots in the fourth quarter. I don't think they were not big.
Wow, Colleen King has 11 points in this game, well above her average here. And they have been big baskets. And as you look at Katie Whalen here, again, two important free throws. I say that, Jim, because This Spartan team played the number 5 team in Maryland and was down 17 points at the half and came back, so they do know how to come back. So
okay, so now I understand your point about
you cannot
just
count
a
them out.
10-point lead.
Right.
Okay. Well, Katie makes 1 of 2 to make it 54-40. Time becoming a factor now. 5:27 left to go, fourth quarter. Immaculata down by 14 to East Brunswick. It's been a great game here. And Matuszewski kind of forced that foul. Well, we're in a 1-on-1 situation here.
Yeah. Kara Matuszewski plays her best defense off the ball, and they're trying to come up with the steal and calls the foul. And you're looking at Jamie Klimsey, a 5'6" junior point guard. Coming off a big day against Bridgewater Raritan where she scored 15 points.
Okay, this is that big 1-on-1. So East Brunswick retains possession. This is King with the ball. Triple pressure, but she gets it across. Bloor thought she was fouled,
On
and
her back.
they call it.
They're going to call it on Lee, I believe.
Yep. Haven't been calling Heather Lee's number this half.
Well, Lee was very active early on, and I think the Bears start to assert themselves that much more off the boards.
So Courtney Bloor going to the line.
And Courtney Bloor coming off a big game herself against South Hunterdon where she scored 15 points. And she has done a yeoman's job off the boards today.
Doesn't make it, so she misses the front end of a 1-on-1. This is Immaculata coming back. They got to shoot.
Ooh.
Bang. And that almost hit the top of the
I'll
roof.
tell you, Jen Collins with a 3-pointer.
54-43, East Brunswick. To Varela in the middle. This is Whalen. She's trapped, but she gets it away. Varela shoots, won't go. I don't think the Bears were expecting that shot. They weren't ready for the rebound.
And almost a steal, Eric, in.
And
oh, mercy. I thought some heads were going to hit there.
Wow. No, won't go. Who gets it?
And I'll tell you, Courtney Bloor slapping it out of bounds. Again, a good defensive effort by Courtney. She couldn't control the ball, but she didn't want the Spartan rebounder to come down with the ball and put it back up.
Perez in, Varela out. Immaculata desperately trying to get this margin under 10. It's 11 points now, 54-43 East Brunswick. They'll be to pass to now. Torlish has it. Chris shoots. I'm sorry, that was Collins. And Prissa comes down with a rebound.
Big rebound.
Whalen pushes it up to Colleen King. Passes to Perez. There's Jan in the middle.
Wide open and down.
And she's Miss Dependable. And I think Drake wants a timeout. 56-43. Nope, they won't get it.
Okay.
Yes, they do get it.
And Ron Drake calls timeout. We got to go to him and see what he's got to say to his troops. They're not used to finding themselves in this position here, Jim.
All right, be patient. Here's what we got to do now. You listening? All right, we got to do this, okay? You got to be patient. You got to score quick, all right? As soon as we score, we pick up man-to-man full court. All right, don't let anybody beat you. All right, move your feet. Be quick. Be quick on your feet. Don't reach. We're in a one-on-one. Don't reach. Okay? Patience. All right? About 4 minutes. Let's go.
Just like you did in practice Saturday.
Let's go. Come on.
Great job.
Phil, explain to me how you can be patient and score quick at the same time.
It's an oxymoron. You can do it. you just got to, what he's talking about is good shots. You know, he's make the good shot. Don't force a bad shot.
Be quick on the transition.
But score quick because we need to get in this game with 4 minutes left.
So look for Immaculata to put it up quick. Heather Lee, she's a scorer if she wants. There's Torlish, guarded by Jan Prissip. We should make light of that fact, Phil. Prissip's been on Torlish. Good defense by East Brunswick.
Great man-to-man defense.
Collins got it inside.
Oh, wow. And that's a walk. She rolled. Anytime you roll on the court like that, they got to call it. But again, once again, just a tremendous defensive effort by the Bears. And I know we've been saying it all night, but that's just what it's been.
Cicerone to Torlish. Torlish drives, puts it home, 56-45, 3:33 left. They're going to have to foul, I believe.
Torlish with 17 points.
Matuszewski gets hacked, but they don't call it. Bloor underneath.
Great pass by King.
Boy, that's a great look by Colleen.
I'll tell you, good vision by Colleen, who's played an all-around solid game today. Courtney Bloor puts it up, then puts it down.
58-45 East Brunswick. Stolen by Perez. And I think they're going to call Collins on it. I'm not sure it was a foul.
Okay, I thought Courtney came up with that steal.
And that's what makes East Brunswick so effective when they're in their game. They come and they get the points, and they're immediately moving back, and they're making the defensive steal. It's really something.
You're right, Jim.
So Perez will go to the line. And it will not go. What are they going to call here?
Kara Matuszewski on the foul, I believe.
I believe that's Kara's 4th foul. I'll check. Well, it is her 3rd. And it is a 1-on-1 situation. And Colleen King comes out of the game. Boy, I'll tell you what a game she's played. Sure, it's just a momentary rest.
And Colleen King getting a well-deserved hand.
Torlish puts home the first of the 1-on-1. So it becomes 58-46 East Brunswick. And 58-47 East Brunswick. 3:09 left in the game. East Brunswick. Bloor gets it to Perez. This is Prisup. She looks, but she doesn't take. Matuszewski, and they foul. Jane Collins on the foul for Immaculata.
And now the Bears are in the 1-on-1, and Kara Matuszewski will go to the line, and you take a good look at the young lady. Earlier this year against Perth Amboy, scored 42 points in a game. One of the reasons why any team from now on that plays the Bears she's going to be a marked person. She is the all-time leading scorer for East Brunswick High School, both males and females. And we get to take her for granted a lot of times, Jim, but she's just an outstanding all-around player.
Makes the first of the 1-on-1, and that's the value of Kara Matuszewski, making the big points in the big situations. Phil, is she capable of playing college basketball?
She certainly is. Anybody who's seen her play, she can play college basketball, and with the right team, can play Division I. She's Kristen Smoji's just a little bigger than she is.
Immaculata launches a 3. It doesn't go. It's 60-47 East Brunswick now. Looks like they're in a comfortable lead. They're not bending here. Matuszewski. Well, goes off Perez. So they say. No, I'm sorry. They changed their minds. The official pointed this way.
And Kara's coming out. Reggie didn't particularly like that 3-point attempt.
Yeah. Kara, a little argumentative, which is good to see.
She's feisty, and you got to have that. The good ones do.
Well, she's played an excellent game, a very effective game tonight.
That's for sure.
I think you can make a case for each one of these players on East Brunswick's team, making an individual contribution tonight. Matuszewski with her outside shooting, always excellent defense. Colleen King playing perhaps the best game she's played this season, and maybe in her career, coming up with some big points, excellent steals, excellent defense. Bloor getting offensive rebounds. Jan Prisup was troubled by fouls early on in the game, but she has come back to play effectively. And Katie Whalen on the line, as you see. Extends East Brunswick's lead to 61-47 with 2:28 left in the game. Second one will not go.
Okay, here come the Spartans.
A lot of defense here. Heather Lee looking for an opening.
Good,
she finds it.
move.
Maybe that's what Immaculata needed to do this entire game, go 1-on-1. Whoops. That's a turnover. If it wasn't a turnover, it was certainly a backcourt. So with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game, it's 61-49 East Brunswick. And we have a timeout here.
And let's see what Ron Drake has to say.
Hey, listen, you got to go to the hole, all right? Go to the hole, all right? You two drive. You two drive, all right? Yeah, but you got to crash the boards. If you shoot the threes, you stay in the corner, you take your shots, all right? You two can drive, all right? You take your shots on the wings, all right? 3-pointers, okay? But you got to crash. Okay, you can't stand there hoping it goes in or watching it go in or watching it bounce out. You've got to crash. Then you pick up man-to-man right away. Full court pressure. It's only 2 minutes to go. All right, 2 minutes to go. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, push them out on defense. Don't let them have any baskets, all right? Team, 1, 2, 3, team. Come on, baby.
Okay, you heard Ron Drake, and he's calling for helter-skelter. Full court pressure, make anything happen by any means necessary. Ron Drake coached for 1 year at Santa Fe College and says he's glad to be back coaching high school ball.
Okay, I feel I couldn't help notice, but in the East Brunswick huddle, Reggie Carney was red-faced as he was imploring his team on.
Reggie's always coaching, no matter what the score is.
So with 2 minutes left in the game, there's Torla, she's alone.
Hey,
and Mataseski comes up with a great defensive play.
And we've just talked about her all-around game, and she, as a senior, she's always been a shooter, but she has developed her all-around game defensively. A great assist player.
All right, so they're looking for Torlish and Lee underneath. And another tie-up by East Brunswick. Colleen King, who else?
It's got to be frustrating.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Mataseski is getting elbowed all over the place. Courtney Kara finally gets free. I'm sure she's going to get hacked. They finally called
the foul. Okay, that could have been called jump up, but they called the foul there. Kara will go again to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
Phil, Kara a little more animated this evening than I've seen her. A little frustrated too.
I'll tell you, Kara's probably, while she won't admit it, Kara had one game where she didn't play very much. She ended up with 2 points. Then she went up to South Hunterdon where they dogged her all over the court. I think she got 9 or 10 points. Her average has gone down, and she knows she probably has it on her mind a little bit. Last year around this time, she didn't have the best of it, and she wants to be sharp going into the playoffs. So she's going to be get her game to that level.
63-49 with 1:30. The crowd is now starting to leave the gymnasium. The game appears to be comfortably in East Brunswick's favor, as Heather Lee will go to the line. Whalen picked up her 4th foul.
Could spectators please not cross the end of the playing court during play? Thank you.
Lee will not go.
King with the rebound.
Brissop, and they get it up. There's Courtney Bloor in the corner. Looks immediately inside to Brissop.
And they bring it back out smartly.
Whalen to Mataseski, dependable.
And who
2
else?
points. And it's a 65-49 lead, 16 points. That is the biggest lead of the evening for East Brunswick. With just a minute left, they get a rebound and a foul by Chris Torlish. And Phil, what can you say about this effort by East Brunswick tonight?
Just a tremendous effort by the Bears, and the type of effort that Reggie's been looking for all year. He's been talking about the fact that they need to put it all together, intensity level and everything else, and he has that tonight. Let's hear what he has to say.
Take a quick 3. All right, now listen. Who's ever guarding the 3-point shooter, all right, now whoever ends up taking the 3, you release and hang.
Oh, me too, because I was wide open.
All right, understand. Your girl takes the 3, box out, release and hang, be ready to get rid of it. If you get caught in a trap down here, bang a timeout. All right, if you're in the middle, run all the way over to this side. All right, let's go, hit him, come on. Come on. All right, defense.
Phil, why I think this is such an important victory for East Brunswick is now they've played big games this season, no doubt, but now they've got a measuring stick which they can use to determine just exactly what they need to do to beat the good teams in the tournaments.
I think it's all a matter of what Reggie Carney called stepping up. They have the ability. They turn it on and off at times. They need to put it together consistently. That they have done tonight. And while he wasn't giving out accolades in the huddle there just yet, still coaching, he's got to feel awfully good.
All right, Prissip does not make the one-on-one, but they, as East Brunswick has numerous times tonight, gotten the rebound. And now Colleen King will go to the foul line.
And we've done a lot of talking about Colleen King. Colleen King, 11 points thus far tonight, and probably as good an all-around game as we've seen Colleen King play. We're used to fine defense from her, and as I said, she's the leader and assist in the steals for this team, but she's put it all together tonight. And as I say that, she misses the foul shot.
Okay, still 65-49. We're under a minute. East Brunswick over Immaculata. Cicerone does not connect, and they have not made too many outside shots tonight. Looks like Bloor alone here. And East Brunswick extends its lead to 67-49. It's been a tough game, though. While East Brunswick does have an 18-point lead, this Immaculata team will be heard from again. Good shot by Chris Torlish. She's a fine player.
And Torlish with about 20 points.
Foul by Cicerone with just, I believe, 18 seconds left to go in the game. East Brunswick 67, Immaculata 51.
Torlish with 22 points.
And now Immaculata appears to be emptying its bench. I guess throwing up a white flag, if you will.
Well, they have a game to play tomorrow, Jim, and so Ron Drake wants to rest his team. If they win tomorrow, they clinch their conference title, so that's one of the reasons he's pulled them out. But you look at Courtney Bloor, who's played a well of a game underneath the boards, an all-around game tonight, and that's her 13th point.
Okay. Important contribution tonight by each of the players, as we mentioned before. And let's see, will Trish Flanagan get in? Tamika Perez.
And Trish Flanagan with a little sheepish grin on her face like coach's 16 seconds.
Katie Whalen, Courtney Bloor.
Got to give they've all played just a super game, and you hear the fans showing them their appreciation, and well, they should.
Cicerone, they look. And let's see if somebody fouls here so some of the other girls can get a hand. This is Prissip, 5. Matuszewski in. And that's a buzzer beater, 71-51. And East Brunswick does win it, 20-point margin. Again, not indicative of the way this game went. But East Brunswick, Phil, extended its lead, and they did handle the pressure very well. You have to agree. They
handled the pressure well, and what you got to say is East Brunswick played their game. East Brunswick averages 68 points a game. Here they have 71. Again, Immaculata only allows 30 points a game, and so the Bears just took it to them tonight. Immaculata, obviously a very solid team, but they couldn't in their wildest dreams imagine coming in into a defense like the Bears, exhibition that the Bears put on tonight.
Okay, they played an excellent game indeed. Tremendous individual achievements by Colleen King, Kara Matuszewski, Courtney Bloor, Katie Whalen. Am I missing anybody?
The entire team. Anybody that's coming here really has done well. Don't forget Tamika Perez's big three-pointers, a timely three-pointer. So everyone has really contributed well, and this is what Reggie Carney is looking for. They're about to go into the states and the counties, and he's got to feel awfully good. Psychologically, he has to feel good, and they are very sharp.
Before we leave, let's quickly mention that East Brunswick will be playing at Middlesex County College this Saturday in a 3:30 p.m. contest. They do have the top seed, and they will be playing Spotswood, the 16th seed. East Brunswick also gets the 3rd seed in Central Jersey Group 4 and will be hosting Manalapan. That game may or may not be played on March 1st. We're not quite sure. Okay. That's when the tournament begins. Okay. So, East Brunswick with an outstanding effort, winning 71-51 over Immaculata. And so that is going to wrap it up for this evening. So for Phil Hill, this is Jimmy Allinder saying have a good evening.